Hey guys, and welcome to Manifestation Moment Sunday. So, let's get right into this. What manifestation message do folks need to hear for the upcoming week? While I'm doing this, if you haven't subscribed to my Patreon, which I know right now I have only 3 subscribers, but I'm very grateful for the ones that I do. I do a lot of manifestation and guidance on ways you can manifest what it is you want over on my Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you can see those videos. But again, no pressure, just letting you guys know that it exists, okay? And let's see. Almost done. One more. Okay. Oh, we're doing some writings this week. Let's see what that's about. I surrender my worries to the universe. I take inspired action towards success. My goals are more important than my fears. I love and respect money. This one has been coming up a lot lately. I am unique and only I can do what I do. Okay, so let's get right into it. Automatically, first and foremost, we're going to be writing stuff this week. Looks like that's an important step to this week's manifestation progress. If this is your first time watching a video like this and you haven't seen any of the previous ones before this one, I do highly recommend going back and looking at older ones videos of this, because even though I do it for each week, that doesn't mean that the information in previous weeks is invalid. And you can get a lot of tips from those, okay? So right off the bat, we have the blank card with the I surrender my worries to the universe. When you are working on manifesting progress, one of the biggest things that can get in your way, that can act as a block to manifestation, is allowing your brain to fill your head with basically anxiety thoughts. And I'm not saying allow as in you're choosing to. I'm just saying I know as somebody with anxiety how hard it can be to deal with when those anxiety thoughts pop in your head and them starting to ruminate and play over and over and over again. Do your best to try to break that circular thought process. And one way that you can do that is by taking a blank piece of paper. As all those fears start popping into your mind, write them down. Then what I want you to do is light a candle, preferably either white or black, but again, use what you got, okay? You can even do pink for something like self-love or something of that nature. You don't have to let it burn all the way down, but just light the candle And after you've written down all of your fears and anxieties, I want you to take the paper and I want you to set it on fire with the flame from that candle and put the piece of paper in a heat-safe container. Don't put it in plastic. Don't put on anything that's going to melt or break. You want it to be in a heat-proof container. And as you do that, envision the universe taking all of your worries and anxieties away from you. And as that paper burns, I want you to say, I ask the universe to take all of these fears and anxieties away from me and to please transmute them into positive energy so that I may manifest my dreams and aspirations with ease. And you can do that as often as you need to. You don't have to wait for specific moon cycles. You don't have to wait for certain times of day. Anytime you see or get those anxiety thoughts popping in your head of the what ifs, I want you to go through and do this exercise, because over time it should help you release what those fears are. Okay? And if you don't feel comfortable setting the paper on fire, if you don't have anything heat proof to put it in, bury it somewhere, like way in the way back of your yard, and say, let the earth take these worries and take these worries away from me and transmute them into positive so that new, brighter future may grow in its place. So that's two different ways you can go about this. I take inspired action towards success. One thing that I've been talking about a lot lately is the universe tends to like people who are actively working towards creating what it is they wish to manifest. So personally, one thing that I want to try to manifest is my channel getting monetized before December 17th. So what have I been doing? I have been working my ass off to try to spread word that I do exist in all of the different facets of the internet, to try to manifest that 1,000 subscribers before my year is up. But, you know, whatever your goal, whatever your aspiration may be, even if it's something that you don't feel like you can actually put into fruition immediately, start working on finding out what it is you need to know. Work on doing the research to see if you can develop what it is you're working on doing. If your goal is to become a singer, maybe start watching YouTube videos where they give you singing lessons, or start learning about music production and technology. I mean, the world is literally your oyster, and you can absolutely create anything it is you wish to achieve. But that doesn't mean you just like snap it out of nowhere, okay? You have to put in some work to try to get it to where you want it to be. And remember how I said releasing those anxieties? This kind of confirmed that that was what this was about. My goals are more important than my fears. I know, as somebody who has gone through a lot in life, I know as somebody who, again, deals with depression, anxiety, all those mental health aspects, that sometimes my brain likes to conflate what can happen down the line once I start to achieve my goals and send me on a spiral of a panic attack or close to it. And it can be really hard in those situations, in those times, to see clearly because your brain is so addled with, oh my god, I'm hyperventilating and, I'm going into a panic attack because all of a sudden my anxiety brain, or as my therapist puts it, that bitch in the back of your head, likes to try to corrupt what it is you're working towards. Don't you hate that? But no matter what happens in those moments, do your best to recognize and respect the fact that nobody's mental health right now is 100%. Nobody's. I don't care who you are or what walk of life you're coming from. Nobody's mental health is good right now. So you are definitely not alone. Allow yourself to go through that process of, be it a panic attack or anxiety, and try to, once you have a calmer, more focused mind, bring yourself back to that, okay, so that could happen, but is it likely it's going to? Probably not. And just take that time to refocus your mindset to remembering that no matter what fears you may have right now, it doesn't mean that it's going to actually come to fruition. And that your goals are absolutely 100% worth pursuing. Okay? This one has been coming up every single week, and I can tell you right now why it does. The I love and respect money. Right now we are living in a world with a lot of uncertainty, and a lot of people are displaced because of the pandemic. A lot of people are without a job. A lot of people are stressed and anxiety ridden from week to week to week about wondering how they are going to survive. How are they going to live when they can't pay rent? How are they going to stay healthy when they can't afford to buy food? And on and on and on. And because that stress and worry, albeit completely 100% justified, absolutely justified. I've spoken about this a couple times before on my channel, but I have been in that position where I didn't know when I was going to get my next paycheck, and it was very stressful not being able to pay bills and having to make that decision of, am I going to put gas in my car or am I going to get food? Am I going to make sure I can get to and from my job while I'm struggling? And having to make those really hard decisions. And it's not easy in any way, shape, or form. And it's very hard to not feel resentment towards those who have, when you're in the midst of being someone who is a have-not. But that doesn't mean that it can't and won't change. And while I recognize and I completely and totally understand where people's mindset is with that, remember that your struggle right now is not because of money. it's because of real world situations that are completely and totally out of our control. And sometimes that can skew our mindset into hating money or resenting money or just getting into this mindset where anything that has to do with anything regarding money is evil or horrible. So you have to kind of try to recalibrate your mindset. And I know how hard that may be. So trust me, if that is something that you may be struggling with doing, it's okay. You don't have to get it right now. You don't have to get it overnight. Just keep that mindset to keep working towards it and keep trying to refocus your mindset into one of loving and respecting money. And lastly, this, I am unique and only I can do what I do. As much as we are all interconnected and interwoven with one another, as much as we all may have similarities, no two people walk the exact same path in life. So while we are all very much alike, we all very much have our own individual quirks that make us who we are. So keep in mind, there is more than enough to go around. But that doesn't mean that you can't carve out your own individual niche regarding your goals, your dreams, and aspirations in manifesting a prosperous and abundant future. Okay? So with all of that said, I will see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Brightest blessings and blessed be.